Welcome back to the Bearded Console Gamer, and today I'm going to be filling you in on all of the details surrounding the alleged 7-inch Screen Switch Pro, which according to Bloomberg is set to be revealed later this year with a number of features that Nintendo fans have been outright thirsting for years. We'll be talking release date, screen type, and basically everything we know about the potential system improvements that'll come with the mid-gen refresh. If you like the video, and my voice, please remember to throw up a like and a subscribe to get my channel a-growing. Okay, I'm done begging for now, so let's get switchy. Calls for a Switch refresh have been growing ever louder for a while now, and for good reason. Over the last year plus, Nintendo fans have had to observe the console hype of both Xbox and PlayStation fans with envious eyes, as the PS5 and Series consoles came ever closer to launched, and subsequently became completely unavailable. Naturally, this all got Nintendo fans wondering, when's my moment in the sun? And let's face it, the graphical fidelity of the next-gen consoles has left the Switch's visual offering looking a little bit anemic. Of course, graphical parity with quote-unquote rival systems was never Nintendo's goal for the Switch in the first place. No, the Switch is like a magical unicorn of a system that lives in its own bubble and does its own thing, and that's exactly how Nintendo like it. Hell, that's also how the fans like it, especially judging by recent financial figures, which has the hybrid console making Nintendo a whole lot of cashola. So yes, the Switch is good, it's undeniable, but it could be better. And so now, Nintendo's are thinking, how can we keep this magical money train a chugging into the foreseeable future? With the introduction of a Switch Pro. That's how, Nintendo. And thanks to the information wizards over at Bloomberg, we may have just got a much better idea of what that mythical console is going to look like when it finally launches. Now, the source article leans heavily on claims made by unnamed sources, so this info is about as far from confirmed as you're gonna get. That said, Bloomberg is no joke, and neither are its contributors. And in this case, Takeshi Mochizuki and Sohee Kim believe that their sources were reliable enough to go to print with these claims. So, consider my interest piqued. According to the Bloomberg sources, Samsung Display Co. will start mass production of a 7-inch 720p resolution OLED panels as early as June, with an initial monthly target of just under 1 million units, and the first shipment of displays is apparently set to reach Nintendo around the July time. Now let's unpackage that just a little bit. The benefit of going with an OLED or organic light emitting diode screen, if you're feeling fancy, is that they offer greater image quality, viewing angles, brightness, contrast, and tons of other perks compared to your current LCD Switch screens, all the while consuming significantly less power, which is important because it's a handheld console. If the screen does turn out to be 720p rather than 1080, then you're going to have some very vocally disappointed people. But judging by what we know about the quality of OLED displays, I think 720 is just going to look beautiful in hand anyway. On that note, look at this very good tweet from Human Games journalist Jeff Grubb of VentureBeat fame. According to the aforementioned Jeff, a 7-inch 720 screen would have a pixel density of 209 pixels per inch, making it the equivalent of a Retina display. And now let's talk about that alleged 7-inch corner-to-corner size. Now that's notably bigger than the current Switch's 6.2-inch offering or the Lite's 5.5-inch screen. But still, the mid-gen refresh probably won't be any bigger than the existing Switch, and that's because it's a console that's built on the premise of being perfect for gaming on the go, and making it bigger would simply be a bad look. Instead, it's much more likely that the housing is going to remain the same size, but it's going to have a much smaller bezel around the screen. In other words, the screen is going to go much closer to that edge. Of course, any potential Switch Pro that's going to come out is going to have to boast more features than just an improved screen. And according to the ethereal unnamed sources, it is gonna be more powerful. The new system is going to be capable of 4K Ultra HD graphics when docked with the TV, and whilst that sounds great, it could also potentially compound some existing issues with the Switch wherein developers are finding it tiresome to create ports or new games for the Switch that look good in both handheld and docked modes because of resolution issues. And of course, just as a quick aside, in my opinion, the release of a Switch Pro would be the perfect opportunity to reveal the existence of Joy-Con Pro controllers to the public. Joy-Cons with analog triggers, an honest-to-God D-pad, and zero drift issues. A man can dream. And the best part of all is that if the Bloomberg piece is to be believed, Nintendo may be gearing out to reveal this and even bring it out around the holiday time this year, so we could even see a 2021 release for the mid-gen refresh. And if all of that comes true, then holy hecking fork, this is an exciting time, but it is worth remembering that Nintendo's president Shuntaro Furukawa declared back in February that the company had no intention of announcing a new Switch console anytime soon. So here's hoping that Shuntaro Furukawa's version of anytime soon actually just means within the next 6 months, because we're going to be looking for an announcement soon after that. And that's it for today. Let me know what you thought about the info dump in the comments. Is it legit? What features are you hoping for from the Switch refresh, and anything else that comes to your mind? Again, don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and keep it here for all the latest video gaming news from around the world.